We are live on YouTube and Facebook. We are live on Instagram. Man, my goatee's getting thick.
Thick.
Kind of scraggly. Haven't decided if I like it or not yet. How's everybody doing? Hope everybody's doing amazing.
Yay, people are actually getting on your Instagram.
Well, that's mighty sweet of them.
Well,
mighty
I thought
sweet.
I wasn't sure because it's a new one.
Yes, it is a new one, but Live at 5 must go on. Just like that Titanic song, My Heart Will Go On.
Okay.
It's a good song.
Good cheesy.
All right, so we're going to dive into our questions. Pause due to poor connection. What's up with that?
There we go.
All right, we're back. So we're doing a live. For anybody that does not know, we do a Live at 5 every Wednesday at 5 p.m. Central Time. Typically, the questions are brought to us by whoever submitted the last question on the prior week. Last week, the question was all about positivity. How do we stay positive?
Guess
you
what?
Start?
Today, I did not stay positive.
Why? You were crying a little bit today.
I cried a little bit today. But you know what? I'm super positive most of the time. And I am super I called myself cheesy positive on Monday. But I am overly positive most of the time. But today I just really got down and I just had a tear. And that's okay, because every once in a while you need a tear. Then I had to go take the Keto bricks to the post office. And on my way back, I just said, I gotta go pick up a new attitude on my way home.
Well, I'm glad you did, baby.
Picked up a new attitude.
At the post office, huh?
No, after I left the post office.
Well, you want to dive into this? How to maintain your positivity when times are bad?
Well, it's kind of a hard one. I think that sometimes I go a little bit above what people would even prefer. But I am the type of person who will combat negative or stressful or overwhelming situations with extra positivity. So I just try to, I literally probably seem like a total cheese ball when I'm overly stressed. Because I'm just well, that's okay, because we're going to do this and it's going to be great and it's going to be no problem. And I just have to think of all the really good things that are going to happen. But also, I just shared on my Instagram earlier today, how we like to set ourselves up for the day. Our morning routines are very different, but I did put my morning routine on there. And I think just having some sort of routine that you can stick to generally within the first couple hours of the day can really set you up for success throughout the rest of the day. And if you have that core in the beginning, it's easier to have a positive day and a positive outlook if you start your day off right. If you're waking up and rolling out of bed and then something happens, you're going to immediately start having a bad day rather than having a good day and then trying to fight those bad things that do just happen in life. So I guess my tips would be to always start your day off right or within a routine, whether you have to get up a little earlier and do some reading or work out or whatever it is that puts you in the best mood and sets you up for success. And then also with all the negative things that will happen because they just happen in life, you just have to find the positive in each one. And I know that sounds super dorky, cheesy, everyone says that, but it really does make a difference when you can choose a statement and say it in a positive light rather than a negative. And then I think another really big thing is making sure that you are surrounding yourself with people who are also going to be positive or at least know your cheesy side. Because even the crew just knows that that's how I get. I'm just like a cheese ball and they're just going to have to deal with me. That's the way I get, huh?
Yep, pretty much.
Okay, go ahead.
All right, I got a technical and I got a mental. All right. So from a technical standpoint, I feel like even when times get tough, as long as you can return to some routine, like Crystal was saying, and even if your minimum baseline routine is still pretty dang good enough that you can go to bed that day and know that you move the needle forward, even just incrementally, and that helps get out of a negative mood exponentially faster. So for instance, for me, no matter what's going on in the world, my training does not suffer and my nutrition does not suffer. Those are two things that I have complete control over. Even if the gyms are closed, even if I'm traveling, you could always swing by a grocery store and pick up something that's clean. You could always do some push-ups. You can always do something. So no matter what's going on, my training and my nutrition are always on point. So that is a solid baseline. From a mental, psychological standpoint, you need to recognize that life is hard. Life is not fair. Life is going to be difficult. It's going to throw you some hurdles and obstacles. That's just how it is. How you respond to that obstacle is also totally up to you. The environmental factors that may not be at your discretion. They may be outside your power. But how you respond to those is 100% and totally up to you. And if you're able to respond to those in a way that makes you better for it, then you can leverage that setback, that obstacle, that negative in your life, and make it into something that makes you better for it. So taking a very stoic approach towards negativity makes me very positive. So that would be my 2 takes there. Want to dive into the questions?
Yeah.
All right. So Daniel says, it's no beard, but it's still manly. You got a heck of a beard, man. When you swung by the other day, I was beard envy going on.
You have so many followers. People are supporting you. Yes, totally. Robert and I feel like have been like blown away with how many people have supported him getting a new account. It's been insane. Like, we know that we have really great friends and we have a great support system within you guys. But it's just sometimes like it was such a reminder, and like just like it like totally warmed our hearts to see like all the support and all of the love, and yeah, it was pretty amazing.
Yeah, I don't have the words. I obviously appreciate it beyond words. I mean, I view the audience that we have, the followers, is much more than just followers. Like, y'all are freaking family. You are literally our livelihood, and I will never ever take that for granted. Kathy says hello. Sean says, hey Robert, dig the goatee.
Oh my goodness, everyone loves your hair. They always comment when you get a haircut, and they always comment on your facial hair.
Daniel says, I had a down week last week and saw minimal weight loss. I was super stressed at work and had to remind myself that it was just temporary.
Yep.
It is just temporary. The negatives are not what define you in life. It's just a moment in your life.
Well, hello. And then Low Carb Leica says, hey guys, miss y'all. COVID has been kicking my at work at healthcare, but still living savage. More power to y'all.
Keep living savage. I'm digging it. Ashley says hi. Mike says hi from Arizona. What's up, Mike? How are you, brother? You got a lot going on, man. I know.
The keto bricks are bomb.
Bomb diggity. Hi from Canada.
Hey from Central Texas.
Hey from Minnesota. Glad to have you back on IG. Love the new name, Live Savage. Well, I certainly do appreciate it.
Hello from Round Rock, Texas. Round Rock.
Indiana. In Chicago.
Danny Vega told me to follow you guys. I'm glad he did. Thank you guys for being an inspiration to the masses. Well, thank you. We sure do love Danny.
Danny is great. Guy. If you talk to Danny regularly, do me a favor, shoot him a message, shoot him a DM, tag him, and just let him know
something sarcastic.
That Robert Sykes is just way cooler than Danny. You know, let him know that my biceps are way bigger than his. Okay. Danny's my brother.
I live about 45 minutes from Round Rock. Everyone on here is talking about Round Rock and Texas.
My cousins live in Round Top, and I live in Little Rock. So you put those together, and you got Round Rock.
Get out of here. Gormy says, much love to the savages.
What's up, brother Gormy?
It's been a minute since I've talked to you.
I know. Stephen says, have you guys ever read the book 90-10 Principle? It very much about what you just said. Great read. 10% we can't control things. 90% is how we deal with that 10%, how our day plays out.
I read 10% Happier, and that was a really good book. It's not the same book.
I don't think I've read this one, but I will totally read this one because I'm all about that concept.
Yeah. Joette, hello. Mindy says hello.
Hello.
Hello, Robert and Crystal. We love you guys.
We love you.
We are just feeling the love today.
Hi from Nash Vegas. Where's Nash Vegas? Is that like Nashville, Vegas? Nash Vegas. Is that in Vegas or is that in Nashville?
I don't know.
Surely it's not a thing itself, right?
When is the new Bricky coming out? Can't wait.
Should we tell them?
No.
We got a post going out tomorrow about what it is. We can't tell them now.
No, you're such a cheater.
I'm a cheater. There's gonna be a post going out tomorrow about what the new limited edition
On the
seasonal
Keto
flavor
Brick
is.
account.
On the Keto Brick account.
Yep.
You're gonna love it. I had one today. We just started producing them this week. They're the bomb.
Robert, he always tries to be like the spoiler.
The
Of all of the funness.
Did you guys see Leanne Vogel's post this past week about her testimony and getting focused back on being engaged in keto and the keto community? I did. I watched it. I loved it.
I'm about 8 minutes in.
I had Leanne on the podcast, and we connected because she did the whole RV life thing, which that's why we bought the van originally.
She also lived
sailing.
on a boat and was into sailing.
I'm all about that too.
Yeah.
Love sailing. Nashville.
Oh, I weigh 170 pounds and I'm changing my macros to a higher fat approach. People are saying I will not lean out and will gain 75% fat, 25% protein, and about 2,500 calories. What are your thoughts? This is a male.
I don't know what your current caloric intake is and at what ratio you're currently consuming, but if your calories are staying isocaloric, and you're fat adapted, you don't have to worry about not losing. I don't know what your basal metabolic rate is. There's a lot of things I don't know based off of what you told me thus far. But if you're worried about keeping everything else constant and just simply shifting the macronutrient ratio from a higher protein to a higher fat ratio, do not worry about not losing body fat. This whole concept of you can't lose body fat if you're taking in a bunch of dietary fat is just not true. Whenever I'm doing a competition prep, when I'm at my leanest at like 3% body fat, I'm taking in 80% of my calories from dietary fat. At
the leanest I ever got at my competition prep, I was at 83% fat intake. Yeah. So I was having super, super, super high fat, and that was the leanest I've ever gotten, and I lost like 20 pounds in that competition prep.
Yeah. So high fat, I prefer high fat.
Yeah.
Yes, tell us. What do we tell us? Oh, the flavor.
No.
Tina says, can we know when they will be released? I want to stock up when they come out. Can we tell when they're going to be released?
No.
Why?
Because.
That's going to be in tomorrow's post, right?
I did not anticipate that.
Soon, and they're delicious. And the flavor is going to be
I guess like it's totally up to you, but.
All right, I'll hold my tongue. All will be revealed tomorrow.
Okay, so Jonathan said, here we go again. Oh, are we talking about Robert's goatee? I'm about it.
Is that a good thing? Jay Shane, Duck Keto Road.
Everyone mentioned something about Robert's. Hey, from Tampa, Florida.
Tampa, Florida. Daniel says, I need more of this new seasonal brick. Aww. I'm starting ground beef and bricks tomorrow for my meal plan, and I can't wait. Yeah, ground beef and bricks is like, you can't go wrong, especially if you got some eggs in there. Ground beef, eggs, bricks. That's literally my everyday. And some sardines. I have some sardines.
Devaney's on here. What's up, Devaney?
What's up,
She
Devaney?
said, hey, from North Carolina.
We miss you. Tell your punk husband that I said howdy.
Frida says, hello from Iowa.
What's up, Frida?
Hello from Michigan. I'm with Danny now. He laughed. Oh, that's funny.
Danny.
Because Texas is the bomb. Hello from Benton.
Daniel says, Robert always listen to Crystal. Man,
yes.
Whose side are you on, brother?
I like you so much.
James says, I'm curious from a business point of view, what is the benefit to keeping the brick flavor secret? And no, do not tell us. I just want to know why the secrecy. Hope that is not asking too much.
It's not asking too much. I think we keep it a secret until we get to like announce it. And I want to announce it to everyone.
Yeah.
You know, that's what's fun about it is you get to like announce it and see all the excitement.
Yeah. Well, honestly, from like a strictly business standpoint, we can like prepare because we get a ton of inquiries when we reveal the flavor. So it allows us to, gear our, like Kara does a bunch of the emails so she can know that she's going to get a bunch of influx in emails.
People will ask all different kinds of questions. What protein are you using? What flavors are you using? What da 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 da. So we do get a lot of questions. Me answering the DMs and the comments and things like that. It is to make sure that we can stay on top of things, but also it's fun.
It's fun.
It's fun. And we usually do let you guys know, with time to prepare.
Yeah, we'll give you a heads up for sure.
It just means you got to go to Austin Round Rock soon.
Let's go to Terry Black's barbecue. I'm all about Terry Black's barbecue.
Oh, come on and tell us. Any chance you get your other account reinstated?
I don't know. I don't think so. I've tried. I've submitted multiple appeals to get my other account, the Keto Savage account.
You have to keep asking day after day after day after day after day. It was really annoying.
Like I waited like a week and I put in a bunch of appeals. I tried to contact a bunch of people and didn't hear back. Have still not heard back. So it's like, do I keep waiting and waiting and waiting, or do I just grab life by the horns and roll with what I can control? And I opted for the latter, which is why Live Savage is now up and running.
Jonathan says, if anyone says you can't get lean on 75% fat, they know nothing about the human body. I said it.
Here we go. What's been the major difference health-wise you've both noticed being fat adapted and not burning sugar?
I can tell you that, but you can go first.
No, you go for it.
The biggest health difference for me is that I have so many GI issues, and since starting keto have I used to have really bad erosion and discoloration and things like that of my esophagus, and I no longer have that. I no longer have acid reflux. I no longer go to the emergency room or the doctor to go see them about anything. All of the things that were wrong with me have been reversed and have stayed away. So for me, the reason I started keto was to help my health and my digestion, and staying keto and remaining keto is helping me to prevent from going back to that.
For me, when I first started keto, right before I started keto, I had been suffering from long-term eating disorders, obsessive compulsive disorder, and just did not have a really good relationship with food. And I think that was largely spurred on by the hormonal impact of eating a bunch of dietary carbohydrates and processed food, and then the spikes and dips with the blood sugar. When I went keto, all that was pretty much mitigated, and I just was much more even keel, and my performance improved, my inflammation reduced, and my the cognitive benefits amplified tenfold. And honestly, I don't think I would be near as successful as I am now as a businessman had I not done that, simply from a cognitive and productive standpoint alone. Like, I'm so much more productive and can think much more clearly now.
Did you know it was Ryan's birthday? She said it's Ryan's birthday and he needs a shout out.
Well, shoot. I need to call Ryan. Happy birthday, Ryan. I need to call him
Robert's
and catch up.
the worst. And that's funny. Okay, you guys, Robert's birthday is Friday, by the way. But I should have known that Ryan's birthday was like 2 days before your birthday. I will remember that next year. Happy birthday, Ryan. We love you.
We love you, Ryan. Here we go. I'm curious I think I already read that one. Yep. Yeah.
Hi from Cali. Hello from Charlotte, North Carolina.
What's up?
Hey, y'all. So go ahead.
Are the macros on the new brick flavor going to be around the same as the others? Yes, right on par with the others. I think it's 12 grams total carbs on this one.
Hey from Esher, UK. I think that is what it is. Is it hard to make flavors? How long does it take to dial it in? It totally depends on the flavor that we're doing. There are a couple that we've been working on for months. Sometimes
I can like pick a flavor and get it dialed in first try. Other times it's like constantly trial and error, tasting, adjusting things, tweaking things.
The hard thing is that we truly do use quality ingredients. So to pick a flavor and pick a bunch of different things that need to like be put in to make it like that perfect flavor and texture and all of that, but also have really quality ingredients. That is like the tricky part, is just like making sure that we can get all of those things, and it takes a while for things to get into.
Yes, it does. James says that makes so much sense. Thanks. I would love to see more business advice from you guys. I'm all about it. I can talk business all day long. I love it. Tara says hi from Ohio. What's up, Tara?
From California. A friend of mine got his account shut down. Had over 100,000 followers. What's a copyright issue? Eventually got it back, but it took a battle. Yeah.
Yeah, the thing is, I don't even know, like, I didn't post anything controversial. My last post was a picture of a red snapper fish that I had cooked on a Traeger. The one before that was crystal in camo. And the one before that was, I don't know.
remember.
But I was only posting like every week.
Yeah, and he doesn't post like crazily, and then also a lot of your stories are generally reshares. So it's not even like he was creating stories as a content. It was so random and so weird.
It was. Mike says, awesome. Thanks, guys. You bet, brother. Shannon says, happy early birthday. Well, thank you, Shannon.
What do you guys think is the underlying reason for closing your old account? Is it the controversy around keto, mainstream, or what else might be the reason for policing scary stuff, by the way? I really don't know. I mean,
it was the goatee. They couldn't handle it. It was too savage. They couldn't handle it.
People will start to think like, for those of you that don't know, I'm very into politics and things. And there's a lot of people who get their accounts deleted, and there's a lot of different things that happen. And sometimes it's because they're trying to shut down certain avenues, and others is just you happened to just be stuck in the middle of some of the other junk that's going on. And I think that that's probably what happened with Robert. I don't think it was an attack on the lifestyle that we live. I don't think it was an attack on hunting or keto or anything like that. I think it was truly like he just got caught up in the stuff that happens on social media,
Who knows? Your guess is as good as mine. Daniel says, do you think you will ever do a higher protein brick? Yes, we are trying a savory brick, but the savory brick has been incredibly hard to master, and that is a higher protein.
Yeah.
Tara says, oops.
Jonathan said, dang, it's almost 2 years since I met y'all in person. Crazy. Happy early birthday. Just in case I forget.
2 years. That is crazy.
I was actually just looking at the gift that you gave Robert that first year. I was like looking at it. I was like, that was really like the sweetest thing ever.
He's pretty sweet.
That was so sweet of you.
He's a pretty sweet guy. Thanks for fueling my hike this week. 33 miles over 4 days, fueled only by keto bricks and jerky.
Dang, that's awesome.
It's pretty intense.
Jonathan says, Instagram hates fish, bro.
That's what it is.
You didn't know? Seriously, though, that was garbage. So uncool.
Yeah.
Oh, yeah.
People turn you in for crazy things. Yeah, there's no telling. I have no idea.
The goatee was too woke. I hear you 100%. Hello from Alberta, Canada. You sent your...
We were sent away from Meat RX.
Oh,
awesome.
Great. That's awesome.
Yeah, Sean Baker gave us a shout out, I think.
Oh,
Sean's
that's sweet.
Cool.
Yeah.
Proper human diet savage. Yeah, buddy.
John equals lug.
What is lug? We're not woke enough
We're
to
not
know what
cool
lug.
enough to know what lug means.
What is like a lug on your tire?
Let's guess. Lug.
Lug on your tire. Your big tire, Jay Shane.
What does lug mean? And Jonathan says, whatever, AA Ron.
The Mighty Oak says the goatee is fierce. When is pumpkin spice bricks coming back? I don't have any more pumpkin spice, man. The one that we just made and formulated and will launch here soon is so much better than pumpkin spice, in my humble opinion. I know AD Keto over here loves the pumpkin spice, but this one's gonna blow it away. You big lug. I don't know what big lug is.
We don't know what lug means.
Enlighten us. What is it? What is it? We need some more questions, John.
What should we do for next week's subject?
Next week's subject?
Is it eggnog? I did say last week that no matter how many times you guys ask me different flavors, I'm never going to break. I have a stone cold face.
Stone cold. All right. James says, I lost my business IG and Facebook account due to hackers. Took 4 days for Facebook to give it back. Never talk to a live person.
Yep.
Weird things they will make you do.
Yep.
Like taking a selfie.
Yes.
I totally had to do that too. They made me take a selfie while holding a piece of paper with a code written on it, and I had to have my face and my hand. It was just weird. But I haven't heard anything back. So I don't know. Ain't no telling.
Yeah, people have suggested that we report it, blah 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 blah. But I don't think that most people have ever had to go through it. But it really is ridiculous. They really do make you take selfies with a code that you write on a piece of paper and send it in and send your ID and send all these things that just seems crazy. Come on, people. It's just social media.
One quick little business rant on that. All right. So Instagram, Facebook, they're all free platforms. I was paying for Instagram and Facebook because I also have business accounts that run Keto Brick ads. So they were getting some money from me. But I understand they're a massive, massive platform. I can't even comprehend how big they are. I certainly don't have that many customers or users. However, I truly think that if you have a product or service, I'm all for automation. I'm all for, automated responses to frequently asked questions, but it should not be impossible to speak to a real human being. It should never be impossible to speak to a real human being. I commit to y'all right now, forever, that Keto Brick, Keto Savage, Live Savage Apparel, Deeper State Keto, any of the companies that we own now or ever will create, you will be able to talk to a real human being at all times. Like, there's never going to be this issue where you can't talk to anybody. Did
you primarily do messaging through email and things like that, but you are actually talking to a person? Yeah. It is
Carl
funny too, because a lot of people don't think that they are, I think.
No,
so
it's all real people.
They'll just send weird things, and it's like, oh no, I'm a real person. Really,
who knows what that code translated to? Yeah, who knows?
Yeah.
I'm for peppermint. That would be awesome.
That would be awesome.
Crystal's been wanting peppermint forever.
I have been. Are your products available in Canada?
They are. They are available everywhere.
Maple pumpkin. We are not doing a pumpkin.
It's definitely not a pumpkin. I'm sorry.
Next week, cardio needs when lifting. Cardio needs when lifting.
Cardio needed when lifting.
How much cardio is needed?
We could talk about that. I like that.
Okay.
We'll talk about that. How do you feel like the pandemic has impacted the keto community as a whole? That'd be a good one too.
Yeah.
You can talk about that one as well. You want to take these on, take pictures of these?
Yeah, I can actually do that this week.
Yeah. Okay. Take a picture of that one. That'll be a topic. That one. And then Hungry Heath, not Hungry Health. So it's cray that's I think that's Instagram was shut down because I never saw you post anything shady.
Yeah. It's crazy how many people are posting like political things and very like anti one thing or anti another thing or pro at something so strongly, and like you get the most even keel medium person ever and you get their removed. That's why I don't think it has anything to do with any of the other stuff.
Megan says my pumpkin spice ones are so spicy now and legit, I think so amazing, especially in my coffee. See, I don't like them as they get spicier.
I don't either, but a lot of people do.
The pumpkin was one in that the older it gets, it's still totally fine to eat, but the spice is amplified as it gets older, which I didn't like. I liked the way it tasted when it was fresh, but some people like the spicy one. I don't know. AD Keto loves it. You love it.
Said definitely their customer service is trash. And I really thought you guys were talking about us for a second, but they're talking about Instagram and Facebook.
Yeah, totally agree. I'd love to start to see a tart brick like raspberry.
Ooh,
there may be something really going on there. I like that. I like that a lot.
Quick question. I only have 1 hour in the morning to work out, and I try to do maybe 15 minutes of cardio with my resistance training. Is it better to do it before or after your lifts?
I like doing it after.
But it depends on your goal. So if you're doing it just to be active and get in some extra movement, things like that, you're not like going crazy with it, I prefer to do a warm-up. However, you can exhaust yourself pre-lifting if you are going very intensely. If you plan on going intense, I would do it post-lifting. If you're doing it just as a warm-up, it's really easy. It's light. You're doing something like the bike or just walking or something like that. Do it beforehand. If you're going intense, do it after your lifts.
Any new updates on the new compound? Yes, the new compound looks amazing.
Yeah.
They have basically finished polishing and staining all of the floors. We're actually going to go up there on Friday to meet with the security system guy so he can get security system and surveillance all wired in, hopefully. So yeah, I'll see if I can take some pictures and give y'all an update.
Will you guys be at Keto Palooza?
I don't know.
We
I'd
don't-
love to, but I don't know.
We've heard different things about different conferences, but I don't have exact dates and like where everything's at on the schedule and stuff. And especially since we're still dealing with not really being able to travel and staying in smaller groups and things like that. That I'm curious to see how that's even going to go next year. Isn't that one in California?
I think so.
Like
yeah.
Disneyland's shut down. You know, like until they start opening things up, especially in California, that's where my family lives, and it's ridiculous. Yeah, go ahead.
James says if you mix the pumpkin and peanut half and half, it cuts the spice down. I go back and forth on how spicy I like it.
That's a good
Pumpkin
idea.
peanut butter. That would be very interesting.
What happened with your other account?
Just got randomly disabled. Have no idea.
Hey. Oh, I was like, what? Hate that your page was deleted. We are keto strong.
We are. Thank you.
Just ordered my first brick. Well, thank you.
Which flavor did you get?
My handle has keto in it. I bet. Watch my Instagram. Ours. Oh yeah.
Yeah, no telling.
Having difficulty digesting meat. Any suggestions?
She has difficulty.
Yeah.
Wow, that was a mouthful.
Yeah. I used to have a really hard time with meat. Different meats are harder to digest than others. Generally, I would go for something that is ground, like pre-ground, like a ground beef, a ground turkey, something like that, or really well cooked, like in a stew, like something really, really soft. Steaks used to be extremely hard on my stomach. If I eat steak too many days in a row, it's still really hard on my stomach. So I just separate the chunkier, thicker meats. Also, if you're really, really, really well cooking your meat, you might want to undercook it a little bit. I used to eat my steak a little bit more cooked, and when you undercook it just slightly, it doesn't have to be mooing, but if you undercook it just slightly, it's a lot more tender and a lot easier to eat. However, if you just try to get the pre-ground things and really chop it up fine, take a lot of, like, chew a lot. I know it seems silly, but your stomach's having a hard time digesting it because you're not breaking it down enough in your mouth. So just try to get the ground stuff and then chew more or slightly undercook your meat just tiny bit. Unless
maybe you have not enough adequate stomach acid, in which case you may want to supplement HCl, hydrochloric acid, temporarily until that gets built up. I got two here. I'm going to run through these real quick because we have a meeting here shortly. Mike says, when things happen in life, you said your workouts and nutrition are the same and don't change. However, do you feel starting each day or writing out to-do lists, so to speak, help keep your mind on track? Yeah, definitely having some to-do lists that I can check off. You don't want to write to-do lists for the sake of writing to-do lists. Like, a lot of people have already done things and they'll write things just so they can check them off. So it can kind of become this overanalyzation thing. But I do think to-do lists in general are great.
I have a to-do list on my board that I check off each item every single day because I have to do those every single day. And then I add daily the extra things that I need to get done. I love that stuff.
I've been struggling to get my workouts later in the week because of work running late in the afternoons. My start time moved from 4:30 to 6:30. Would you recommend moving them to early mornings? And if so, what should I be targeting for hours of sleep if I'm getting up that early? So you can try, like, I actually started going to bed much, much earlier. Like, I go to bed at like 7:30 or 8.
The problem is when someone has a family, that makes a big difference.
Yeah. So you want to make sure you're getting adequate sleep for sure. I don't know if you can take off in the middle of the day to work out. I'm not really sure what your work schedule allows, but what maybe, how many days a week are you doing it? If it's harder later in the week, if you have the weekends off, could you work out during the weekends and then use the earlier days in the week so that you're still getting like 4 or 5 days in, maybe? Yes. Hello. Shannon Bailey, will you be doing a variety pack and let us pick which bricks we want? We are, but we're building in that software into the website. And
we're very excited about it.
We're super excited about it, but it's not quite ready yet. We're hoping to have that ready shortly after we launched the new flavor.
It is kind of crazy how big of a process everything is. It seems very simple to be like, yeah, choose your own, it'll be totally good. But there is a lot of building into the system that it does take. But we are very excited about it.
Yes. We have any over here?
Do you think it could be the savage part that people may have reported?
Maybe, but
I don't think
if
so.
that's the case, then everything that we have is savage.
Then
so.
we would be totally screwed.
Yeah.
But I think if people know us and know that we're not being whatever way that would be, I think that they would understand that if anything, we're trying to lift that word up, and it's not a negative thing. But I don't think that would have been reported. Like mine is the Lady Savage. We have Live Savage apparel. Like we have savage in everything that we do. So I don't think that that's what it would be, but you never know.
Yes, indeed.
Variety, fans of you both from Canada.
Usually go to bed between 8 and 9. I'm off on Sunday morning, or Sunday, Monday, Tuesday, and work out on Monday, Tuesday, and try to do Thursday, Friday.
Okay.
Yeah, I would definitely capitalize on your off days, training then for sure. If you have like a few days off in a row, but maybe do like some mobility work on those days, but then really capitalize on training during your off work days, that's what I would do. That way you can get plenty of sleep, you can get plenty of workout time in and not be rushed on any of the fronts.
We're about to get off here in just a moment, but we have a couple more. Add some real salt to the meat. Oh, that's funny. Thank you. I tried prime rib. I think that says prime. And it has been difficult. Yes, I overcook my meat. Thank you for the suggestion of the ground meats. So grateful. Yes, and feel free to message me anytime because I definitely have gone through that struggle. Red meat I couldn't eat for like a year. It was really, really hard for me. So I had to get my protein from other sources until I could kind of ease my way back into eating that. So if you have any questions or want alternative options, I definitely can help with that. I love prime rib. Even though it is a tougher meat, you may want to try a more tender meat. Yep,
I freaking
absolutely.
love prime rib. All right, we got questions for next week.
Yep.
We're going to work on some things. We got a meeting. We got to record a Keto Savage Kitchen episode. We got some things in the pipeline. Love y'all. See you soon. Talk to you later. Take care. Toodaloo. Stay savage.
Bye, guys.